So it's a really chilly Wednesday morning, and I put on my winter coat, and I noticed that this red ribbon, this black and red ribbon, was still on it. And it actually is a tribute to the Chardon High School students who had passed earlier this year. Such a tragic story out in Chardon, but I think that community, they're certainly moving on as best they can with the high school, with the area of Chardon as much as possible. But anyway, I think I'm going to keep this ribbon on here for a while. Those Chardon kids, they're some of my favorite. I think my best news stories out of Cleveland, out of Fox 8, have come from the Chardon area. And I think it's just because it's a very vibrant community. Their students are super passionate and engaging, and they're always thinking of others. And speaking of thinking of others, today, Wednesday morning, sat out here, hung out with the people of the United Way. Now, United Way, much like many other charitable organizations, they do a lot of things to make people's lives a bit better, to give people who are in a bit of need. But this morning they're giving away turkeys. You won't believe. Frozen turkeys. They're giving away frozen turkeys, but you won't believe how many people are impacted by this single effort. And in 1 hour time frame, the number of families that are reached out by giving away these turkeys is amazing. You're going to see that story coming up on Fox 8 News. I'm actually doing a short news story with it in our 5 or 6 o'clock newscast tonight. Not quite sure which one, but here on YouTube, I'm going to give you guys an extended cut of what all happened out here. I'm going to let the people share the story in their own words. I feel like a lot of reporters in the TV business, they like to put themselves in the story. They like to plug themselves in the story. They do what we call a stand-up, where a reporter will tell you a bit of information. I'll plug it somewhere in the middle, beginning, end, wherever, with our news package. But for me, I tend to not put myself in my news packages as much as I'm sure my bosses would like. And for me, I don't feel like a reporter is necessarily a big part of the story. And with this particular story, I mean, I'm not going to add anything that's special to it. I'm not going to provide a gap or a bridge, as many people would say. See, typically when we do these things called stand-ups, it's a bridge from maybe one opinion to another, it's like a transition between one location or another. And if I can't provide a bridge or factual information that maybe someone else couldn't summarize easily, then, I don't know. That's the only purpose I find for a stand-up in a news story, but I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to let people tell it in their own words, and it's really a lot of fun. It was really exciting to be a part of this because it was a busy morning, mind you. Very crazy, but Wednesday, definitely a good day out here over in the Minter area. My bosses are looking to set me up for another assignment today, so we'll see what happens. Nothing crazy going on, but I will admit my back seat, a little messy. You see my bags. My laptop, it's actually importing video from my news story right now. A little mishap today. I want to roll my eyes at it so many times. I actually left my microphone behind at the shoot that I went to this morning. So got up early this morning, went there. I didn't even use this microphone, but sometimes I just like to have it so people know who I am and who I'm with, in case they don't see our news vehicle or my jacket or something. I left this on the ground, and sure enough, I get a call, and they're like, yeah, you left the microphone behind. I'm like, what? And so I'm like, oh gosh, I got to turn around. Luckily, I was at the gas station, just seriously maybe a block or two away from the site where I was shooting footage, so I was like, okay, that's good. If I were an hour away, it would be bad times. I don't think my bosses would be very happy with me, but things like this do happen on occasion. Sometimes you do leave stuff behind. That's the one thing I'm surprised I don't do more of, because in a typical news story, we'll head to 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 sites in one day. And you're constantly moving in and out of vehicles. You obviously have to. For me, I shoot and edit my stories, so I carry a camera, a tripod, typically a bag with me. Not always. If I have something like my lovely winter coat here, I have lots of pockets. And so I'll stuff my pockets full of batteries. I got my microphones, and I'll have my headphones. So, I mean, there's a lot of equipment when it comes to just even putting together a news story from a photographer's perspective. And if you're a reporter, and I'm both, you want a notepad and pen and all sorts of things. You need your business cards. I mean, you need like a whole nother, I would like another arm. So for Christmas, I would like another appendage. You'll see, I think I can go right about here. So, I'm just kidding. Anyway, happy Wednesday to you guys. Just giving you a little 411 on what's happening in my world. Busy morning this morning, but I am so glad to be out here, out and about, having a blast with some of the people I met out here today. Really, it's good to see such charitable efforts happening out here in Northeast Ohio. There's so many people who do great things for our community, and that's one thing that I'm definitely thankful for this year.